Welcome to the story of the element girl Indium from family 13 or the Boron family with atomic number 49. It was a quiet Sunday morning and I was immersed in drawing and painting digitally on my tablet. Then I wondered aloud, what makes the screens on phones and tablets touch sensitive? A quick online search revealed that it was a compound of indium. Immediately, I texted my friends to see if they would like to visit Indium and ask her questions. Soon, Mole and Albert texted me back, saying that they could go that afternoon. We decided to meet in the city park. With much anticipation, we set up the periodic table on a large oak tree in the park and pressed the symbol for India, IN. In an instant, a sense of magic filled the air as the park spun around us. Suddenly, we found ourselves standing in a well-manicured garden in front of a towering glass building, the enchanting transformation leaving us wide-eyed with wonder. From the sign on the building, we recognized it as the headquarters of a major corporation that manufactured smartphones, tablets, computers, and more. Mole looked up at the impressive structure and asked, "How are we supposed to find Indium in this giant building?" "Hi there, I'm Indium." A girl in a bluish-violet outfit walked down the steps of the tall building. Everything about her was bluish-violet, or indigo to be exact. Looking around at the tall glass building, she continued, "The glass on this building is coated with indium. The same goes for these welder's goggles." So saying, she pulled out a pair of welder's goggles from her bag. Then she continued, "Indium on the glass of this building and the goggles will keep the glass transparent to light, but reflect the heat away so that the inside of the building will be cool and welders can work with objects that are extremely hot." I asked, "Isn't there a coating of indium on touchscreen devices?" Indium nodded and replied, "Yes, that is one of the primary applications for indium. A coating of indium tin oxide, or ITO, acts as a transparent conductor. ITO is a mixture of about 90% IN2O3, which is indium oxide, and 10% SnO2, which is tin 4 oxide or stannic oxide. Light can pass through this conductive material, and it is sensitive to your touch because it changes the conductivity of the ITO at the spot you touch. Your device senses this change and responds accordingly. That's why it's used for touchscreens on phones, monitors, and computers. It's also used to coat airplane windshields, making them easier to de-ice." Indium continued, "ITO is also used in smart glass technology. To make smart glass, a liquid crystal layer is sandwiched between two layers of glass. There is an ITO coating on the inner surfaces of the glass layers. When electricity is applied, the liquid crystals within the liquid crystal layer align in such a way that light passes through, making the glass clear. When electricity is turned off, the liquid crystals orient in random directions. Light cannot pass through, turning the glass opaque. Smart glass is energy efficient. It offers privacy without curtains, and it offers UV protection." We applauded. Albert then asked, "Is indium an abundant metal?" Indium shook her head and replied, "Indium is quite rare in the Earth's crust, with an average concentration of about 0.1 ppm or 0.1 parts per million. Around 90% of indium is produced as a byproduct of zinc mining." Mole followed up, "Where is indium produced in the world?" Indium answered, "Nearly half of the world's indium production comes from China, with the rest from South Korea, Japan, Canada, and a few other countries." Given its rarity, recycling plays a crucial role in supplementing primary production and making better use of this valuable resource. Indium can be recovered from discarded electronic devices, such as flat panel displays and touchscreens, where it is used as ITO. So recycle old devices and upgrade devices less frequently. Then she asked, "Can you guess how I got my name?" I said, "Were you named after the country India?" Indium chuckled, "Good guess, but no. Anyone else?" Mole guessed, "Were you named after the state of Indiana?" Albert added, just like Californium is named after California and Tennessee after Tennessee. Indium smiled and shook her head. Nice try, but no. Let me tell you the story behind my name. I was discovered in 1863 by German chemists Ferdinand Reich and Hieronymous Richter while searching for thallium in zinc ores using spectroscopy. Reich noticed an unusual spectral line. Being colorblind, he asked Richter for help, and Richter identified a unique indigo blue spectral line, which they knew belonged to a brand new element. They isolated pure indium from the zinc ore and named the element indium after the indigo blue line in the emission spectrum. I said, that's why your outfit and accessories are all indigo blue. Indium smiled and continued. Despite their collaboration, there was a dispute over credit, as Richter later claimed the discovery for himself. However, both Reich and Richter are now acknowledged for their roles in identifying indium. Mohs exclaimed, I didn't know scientists could be mean to each other. Indium responded, they are human after all. Albert asked, can you tell us more about your applications? Indium replied, certainly. I'm used in LEDs and also in the Galinstan thermometer. Galinstan is an alloy made of gallium, indium, and tin. Unlike mercury thermometers, Galinstan thermometers are non-toxic, making them safer for both users and the environment. Also, on the Mohs scale of hardness. By the way, Mohs scale was created in 1812 by the German geologist Friedrich Mohs. The scale ranges from 1 to 10, with 1 being the softest and 10 being the hardest. I am at 1.2, so I'm quite a soft metal. I also have a low melting point of 156.6 degrees C, making me easy to melt. In my liquid state, I adhere to surfaces exceptionally well, which is why I am perfect for cryogenic vacuum seals. Suddenly, indium started dancing energetically, demonstrating her flexibility as a metal. In the process, she began emitting a crying or grating sound. We were alarmed, but indium laughed and said, that's my indium cry. When I bend, my crystal lattice rearranges, causing that sound. We all laughed along with her. Albert pointed to indium's large earring, which bore a poison symbol engraving, and asked, are indium or its compounds toxic? Indium replied, further studies are needed, but some indium compounds can indeed be toxic, potentially affecting the heart, liver, kidneys, and even the health of an unborn fetus. Therefore, caution is necessary. However, the healthcare industry utilizes indium-111, a radioactive isotope, as a tracer. It binds to white blood cells, allowing doctors to track their movement to infection sites and determine appropriate treatment. Interestingly, this earring is made of indium. It is so soft that I carved the poison symbol on it with my fingernails. As dusk settled in and the city lights began to illuminate the streets, Indium remarked, it's getting late, and I want to make sure you all get home safely. Hopefully, I've addressed all your questions. If not, feel free to visit another time. Grateful for all the interesting and educational information about indium, we thanked her for her time. With a wave of her hand, a sense of magic filled the air, and in the next moment, we found ourselves back in the city park. The transition as enchanting as the journey itself. After bidding farewell to each other, I pedaled home, filled with joy, and pondered the fascinating world of indigo indium. There you have it, the story of indium, from the magical periodic table and the Element Girl series, Book 7, Family 13, the Boron family. Happy learning. Thank you.